Hello everybody and welcome back to Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver. I am Rueful, playing this game for you. Woo! Already explored a lot of the depths of Mobius's lair, but we need to go deeper. But, of course, the first thing we actually need to do is get back to where we were. Which theoretically shouldn't be too difficult, as the puzzles will, remain solved. Do that. Back inside we go. Ho-ha! Hello, sir. Goodbye, sir. Thank you. It feels quite arbitrary which enemies the game decides to respawn and which ones it just leaves dead. Ooh. Missed that window. Come back to me. Let's make our way to the final puzzle that we had completed. Here, hold this. How you would. Jerk. Oh well. Down we go. All the way down. There's some funny glyphs on the wall. As much as I would like to say that those glyphs are significant, they kind of aren't. Because of course our puzzle would involve turning these things to match the glyphs on the wall, but ultimately we're just turning these things to face away from the way we entered in. So if you do that, then well, you'll have solved the puzzle correctly. Clearly, walking around these things properly is the real puzzle. All that was in aid of doing what? Well, activating some big swings so that we can throw some levers. Believe it or not, there's actually a method to soft lock your game at this point. Soft lock being a case of you can play the game, but you are absolutely unable to progress. And the real threat comes from pulling this third lever. Once we pull this lever, we cannot save and quit the game. Because pulling this third lever opens that door behind us, or shifts the door. It opens our means of progress. However, it closes off our means of egress. Yeah, there is no way to move. There's no way to make this door move again. So if we were to save the game and quit, then when we reload, we would have a game save that cannot win. So do avoid doing that. It's not pleasant. This is a temporary situation, but, well, we do have to progress the game's story in order to fix it. So what have we down here? That's a familiar looking scene.
My arrival in this miserable age. What trickery is this?
It is no illusion, Raziel, but a glimpse into the currents of time itself.
Well then. Fortunately, the camera is going to be facing towards the direction we need to go for progress. So, that's your main means to avoid being turned around. What the? Or...
These apparitions torment me. Has this all been foretold?
Ominous. So far, all we've seen is the past.
Impossible! This must be one of Kain's deceptions.
Well, whatever helps you feel better, Raziel. Although, everything you've been seeing is as it directly relates to Raziel, so... What do we got here, then?
My mind reels with conflict. Does Kain await me moments from now? Or in some century yet to come?
Difficult to say.
What madness does this scene portend? Kain must think me credulous to suffer these lies.
Curious.
Is this phantasm a conjuration of my mind, or an echo of future events?
I don't know, but the Black Soul Reaver looks kinda nice. Oh well. At least now we can stop being tormented by the visions. And set about progressing past the state of soft lock, of potential soft lock. Because over here is our final waygate. Hooray! Potential soft lock situation completely averted. However, this is probably the least useful waygate. The reason for this is, well, just down this corridor is the end of the game. And, well, you'll see.
At last. I must say I'm disappointed in your progress. I imagined you'd be here sooner. Tell me, did it trouble you to murder your brothers?
Did it trouble you when you ordered me into the abyss?
No. I had faith in you. In your ability to hate. In your self-righteous indignation.
Lies. You cannot have foreseen all of this.
Eternity is relentless, Raziel. When I first stole into this chamber centuries ago, I did not fathom the true power of knowledge. To know the future, Raziel. To see its paths and streams tracing out into the infinite. As a man, I could never have contained such forbidden truths. But each of us is so much more than we once were. Gazing out across the plains of possibility, do you not feel with all your soul how we have become like gods? And as such, are we not indivisible? As long as a single one of us stands, we are legion. And that is why, when I must sacrifice my children to the void, I can do so with a clear heart.
Very poetic, Kain. But in the end, you offer no more than a convenient rationalization for your crimes.
These chambers offer insight for those patient enough to look. In your haste to find me, perhaps you have not gazed deeply enough. Our futures are predestined. Mobius foretold mine a millennium ago. We each play out the parts fate has written for us. We are compelled ineluctably down preordained paths. Free will is an illusion.
I have been to the tomb of Seraphan, Kain. Your dirty secret is exposed. How could you transform a Seraphan priest into a vampire?
How could I not? One must keep his friends close, Raziel, and his enemies even closer. Can you grasp the absurd beauty of the paradox? We're the same. Seraphan and vampire. With our holy wars, our obsession with Nosgoth's domination, who better to serve me than those whose passion transcends all notions of good and evil?
I will not applaud your clever blasphemy. The Seraphan were saviors, defending Nosgoth from the corruption that we represent. My eyes are opened, Kain. I find no nobility in the unlife you rudely forced on my unwilling corpse.
You may have uncovered your past, but you know nothing of it. You think the Seraphan were noble, altruistic? Don't be simple. Their agenda was the same as ours.
You are lost in a maze of moral relativism, Kain. These apparitions and portents. What game are you playing now?
Destiny is a game, is it not? And now, you await my latest move.
Well, I suppose Destiny is a game, but I don't play it. That! Alright, now to give him one more swat, but actually seeing where he's at isn't really an option. We're just going to have to guess. Guessed wrong. I was headed the wrong way anyway. How is my vision on these things so this bad? Oh! Does anyone else see the absurdity of this entire fight? Really? Take that!
You nearly had me, Raziel. But this is not where or how it ends. Fate promises more twists before this drama unfolds completely.
Get back here, you!
Be warned, Raziel. Once you cross this threshold, you are beyond my influence.
Noted.
Raziel,
Oh.
Redeemer and Destroyer, Pawn and Messiah, welcome, time-span soul. Welcome to your destiny. Where time is but a loop, a loose stitch in the universal cloth, a streamer might seize upon a chance, a fatal slip, and plunge the fate of planets into chaos.
And just like that, the game is over. I mean, really? The game certainly did have its ups, its fun points, and its frustrating points. Ultimately, came to find if you aren't a fan of block puzzles, then this is a game to stay far away from. But as far as endings go, really? We set up for a sequel. I mean, thank goodness that sequel actually came out, but can you imagine if it didn't? This is the most dissatisfying ending to a game I have ever encountered. It certainly does lead me to understand why a major fan of the Legacy of Kain series had to say the only good thing that this game does for the series is introduce Raziel. So beyond that, this game doesn't bring much. And Blood Omen is at least a complete game on its own. This game, just because of its ending, is unable to stand alone in the series. That's a shame. But at the very least, these are my thoughts on the matter. I'm sure your take is different, and it's like the bad ending does not discourage me from being amiable towards playing the rest of the series. But good grief, if any of the other ones have an ending anything akin to this one. Ugh. All I'd have is disgust. That would be more towards the writers than anything else. It's a shame because it's a really nice story setting. But no matter. This has been the Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver. I am Rufel. I have played this game for you. If there's another game you'd like to see me play, please feel free to request it. If you'd like to support my gameplay, my channel, you feel free to head down to my Patreon. As little as $1 means a lot. Certainly a lot more than YouTube ever let me have. But beyond that, I will see you next game. Later.